everyone. Welcome to the first unit, first session of the third sem. I'm Jyotsna Srinath and we will together learn this poem called Life by Charlotte Bronte. Life by Charlotte Bronte is an amazing poem of optimism, hope and aspirations. In this poem, the poet tries to talk about various reasons why we should be happy and focus our energies towards the joys of life instead of the despairs, disappointments and challenges that life offers. Yes, life is not a bed of roses for all of us. Life gives a lot of lemons, throws a lot of lemons at us. So the poem gives us a suggestion that if life throws lemons at us, let's make lemonade. So this poem is written by Charlotte Bronte. Charlotte Bronte was one of the most famous writers of 19th century. One of the best classics that she's known for, and it really has stood the test of time, and people today also admire her work. And that particular work is Jane Eyre. It's a novel. Charlotte Bronte was among the three sisters, Bronte sisters, who wrote novels and poems under pseudonym. Pseudonym is a pen name just to hide the identity, because in those days they never encouraged women writers to flourish or maybe publish their works. So here were these three sisters brilliant in writing, so they adopted pen names and wrote the work of art. So the pen name adopted by Charlotte Bronte was Color Bell, and she really became famous eventually with her brilliant writing skills. This particular poem called Life is one of her best works, though it's a very simple poem, very small, sweet, short poem, but has profound message to convey. She tries to tell us that life does offer a lot of anxious moments for us, a lot of worried moments for us, but then if we focus our energies towards hope, I think life can become really delightful. So here is a poem, and I will read the poem first and then we go on to analyze the poem. Life by Charlotte Bronte. Life, believe, is not a dream so dark as sages say. Often a little morning rain foretells a pleasant day. Sometimes there are clouds of gloom, but these are transient all. If the shower will make the roses bloom, oh, why lament its fall? Rapidly, merrily, life's sunny hours flit by. Gratefully, cheerily, enjoy as they fly. What though death at times steps in and calls our best away? What though sorrow seems to win over hope a heavy sway? Yet hope again elastic springs, unconquered, though she fell, still buoyant are her golden wings, still strong to bear as well. Manfully, fearlessly, the day of trial bear, of gloriously, victoriously can courage quell despair. Such a brilliant poem. I think you must have understood what the poet is trying to say. So let us go word by word or line by line and analyze the poem. Life, believe me, is not a dream so dark as sages say. So she says that yes, there are a lot of great people, saintly people, learned men in past who have told that life is not a dream. People dream of big things. So life is not a dream, but then it's not as sages say. It's not so dark as sages say. People say that life is full of ups and downs and obstacles, but it's not that bad. Often morning rain foretells a pleasant day. She says that, see, there might be gloomy days. There might be gloomy days when the clouds are dark, but then what happens eventually? Eventually there is rain, and rains are important for the survival of human beings and every kind of creature on this planet. Foretells a pleasant day. Sometimes there are clouds of gloom, but these are transient all. There are clouds that are very, very gloomy, very dark. But have you ever seen clouds staying in any particular place permanently? Clouds come, they stay for some time, and then they pass by. Transient is they are temporary. They are not permanently going to settle down in the sky. But these are transient all. If the shower will make the roses bloom, why lament its fall? So she says that when it rains, you can see that the garden is blooming. You can see the roses blooming. You can see all the beautiful vegetation blooming on planet. Then is there a reason for us to actually complain about the gloomy sky, gloomy clouds? We need to understand that these clouds are meant for rains, and rains do good to us. So whatever happens in this world is for our good. Rapidly, merrily, life's sunny hours flit by. So life has its own sunny days as well. There are rains, eventually you have sunny days. And then the sunny days come, they gratefully, cheerfully, they are there for us to enjoy them as they fly. So we need to, anything that comes passes by. Even joy also sometimes stays for some time and then goes away. She says that let us enjoy those moments of joy, happiness, etc. and gratefully. Be grateful. Fill yourself with a whole sense of gratitude. Enjoy them as they fly. Fly also means they are temporary. So just enjoy. What though death at times steps in and calls our best away? What happens is we are so engrossed in life's pleasures sometimes that suddenly one of our loved ones passes away and there is death of our loved ones. And yes, that is the most mournful thing that can ever happen to anybody. Something that can never be compensated by anything else on planet Earth is death of our loved ones. She said the only reason, only thing that we can mourn permanently is the death of our loved ones. But then, what though death at times steps in and calls our best away? What though sorrow seems to win over hope a heavy sway? Sometimes what happens is life's challenges are so strong, that so powerful that we sometimes feel that maybe we will never be able to come out of all these grieving moments or these moments of pain. They may seem powerful, but those moments are also temporary, because we need to understand that we have to go on. Life has to go on. Because of the death of our loved ones, we cannot stop living. Yet hope again elastic springs. So even if there is a death, even if there are sorrowful moments, hope again is something that gives us a reason to live, reason to win over hope, a heavy sway. So hope is heavier, more powerful than sadness. Yet unconquered though she fell. So momentarily we might feel that hope has fallen down and it can never get up. But then hope only fell down for some time and then it bounces back like an elastic. And then unconquered she fell, still buoyant as her golden wings. So hope is something that is given human attributes, and it is given a human or a gender as well. So hope out here is personified. So it's a figure of speech that the poet uses. So hope is personified here. Unconquered though she fell, still buoyant are her golden wings. Besides giving hope a gender, it also says that hope has golden wings that makes her fly victoriously. You must have heard of a bird, ancient bird called phoenix. It's that's a bird which dies, burns into ashes, and from ashes again it rises again. So here, this particular bird or hope, which is personified, is not only personified, it is actually given the attributes of a bird. So this particular bird with golden wings bounces back with so much of strength, still strong to bear as well. She says that hope is so strong, no matter how hard she falls or she fell on the ground, she manfully, in those days men were supposed to be considered very superior, okay, even today physically they are superior. So she says that like men, hope bounces back fearlessly, manfully, the day of trial bear, for gloriously, victoriously can courage quell despair. So she says that can any time in past, can courage permanently crush or stop despair, is also a question. So in this poem, throughout the poem, she talks about sadness, she talks about disappointment, she talks about death. There are a lot of negative. If you actually analyze a poem, you can have two kinds of words or adjectives that talk about life. The adjectives like happy, sunny, cheerily, etc. All these words of joy, happiness, etc. can be noted as optimistic words. There are other words on the other side that are filled with sadness, like death, despair, and fall, gloom, all lament. All these words are words of despair and sadness. So there are basically two categories of words that the poet uses out here. So you need to analyze. I would want you all to underline all the words of despair, and with one color pen, and with another color pen underline all the words that actually speak about optimism, hope, happiness, joy, so that we understand that happiness, hope, joy is much more stronger than challenges and despair. The only thing we as human beings need to do is be strong and never lose hope. These are the words that make Charlotte Bronte really different from the poets of her times. She asserts that the battle between hope and despair, although despair may seem powerful for some time, hope eventually wins. With this note, I conclude this session. I would want you all to go through the book exercises and try to answer the questions. In the meanwhile, we will go ahead with the activities that are enlisted here in your textbook as pre-reading activities. So see you in the live session. Thank you.